on in. Welcome to this week's breakthrough word, being generous. Now, the last several weeks we've been talking about how to prosper, particularly the steps that we need to take in order to position ourselves for the abundance, the prosperity that God has for us. And that begins with planning, preparing to prosper. And planning and preparing to prosper begins with growing spiritually. You're only going to prosper to the degree that you prosper in your soul. And then we talked about prioritizing our life, keeping first things first, having a balanced life. And then we talked about stewardship, being a good steward of all that God's entrusted us with. I've put a link right below this video to all those messages. This week, we want to talk about being generous. God wants to prosper us. He wants to prosper you. But that prosperity has a purpose. He blesses us to be a blessing. There's a saying, if God can get it through us, He will get it to us. To whom much is given, much is required. I want you to ask yourself this question. How generous are you? How generous are you with your time, with the gifts, the abilities that you have, with the finances that you have? I want to challenge us that we would be more generous this week than we were last week. To be more generous this month than we were last month. To be more generous this year than we were last year. If we would increase our generosity, we'll put ourselves in a place for greater prosperity. God wants to get it to us if He can get it through us. It is a key. It's a step to prosperity, being generous. That's your breakthrough word for this week. Until the next time, remember, God wants to prosper you, but He wants to prosper us for a purpose. That means we need to be generous. So begin to position yourself, begin to plan and prepare to prosper, and watch God open the windows of heaven and pour out blessings that you don't have room enough to contain. God bless. See you next time.